Radio 703.8 FM setishi ke sona se sa go theletsa ba tshemetsotso fa le magashu ke le sometsela we tšwela gona fa le go iri ya botshelela go dimo ga tlhogo magashu ka ge le gore ke shetse ke tshepišitše fa ka go bontšha gore re tla ba re na fa le megatlho ya go fapana dipolotiki re lebeletše le go tla kemedi la baithuti ka mo University ya Limpopo ka ge le gore wa tseba gore e tla re mošupologo wa leboa fa le go dikgetho tša lekgotla kemedi la baithuti ke na le yona ka fa phapošing kgašo le ge le gore ke tseba ga tswa fa gore ye mengwe e sa le tsileng ba sa tla ke no ba ke sa tsebe gore na go latelwa ka mokgo go ra gore le tabela ya service delivery ba latelwa na e fela gona bothata ba beng gona re kgatlampana ka sebopego se ke a lebogana kwa le ena motlho mongwe re ka no thoma ka gore le no tsebagatša gore ke bolela le mang then we can begin.
Tovela badudi ka moka ba Tefulopo and also the student population as delegated by the leadership of Suka here, it's Comrade Tiger Maluleke.
Greetings to everyone. My name is Leshego, surname is Malachi, delegated by the Pan-Africanist Student Movement of Azania, shortly known as PASMA.
Tobela Ebatelechiba Radio TEF, the station that listens to the people. Here is Prince Viper from the FF Strength Command, the only radically militant strength organization. Prince Viper is the FF presidential candidate.
Real Boga, le humana rate bisha le kanapa la jolapi.
Good evening, presenter. My name is Fortune Fundo Mabunda. I am the chairperson of YCL and the secretary-elect of the SRC elections in the University of Limpopo.
Magasho ka go tseba gore ditaba tše re ka se di sepiše ntle le mosekaseki re na le mosekaseki fa ya re ke mofese ba ka le ena nke a itsebiše.
Thank you very much ka leboa go tswa go le gausi o batheletši ba rena Limpopo ka moka le naga ka moka ka bophara wa bolela ke gopoleng tšhweni coming from a neutral capacity as a political student of University of Limpopo le gone ke tlile go tlo seka taba tše ka ntle le gore favorism or biasness or anything of interest. Thank you very much.
Re a leboga motho mongwe go thoma poledišano ye le a re thomeng re lebeletše manifesto tša lena motlho mongwe in 3 minutes each re kwa gore na baithuti ba University ya Limpopo le ba tshepiša eng ngwageng o tla go wa dithuto re ka thoma ka Suka.
Thank you very much. As stipulated earlier on that we as Student Union for Christian Action, the one and only Christian action that exists in the University of Limpopo. We don't have much, but our manifesto is as follows. Firstly, on the issues of safety off campus, as we know that our students off campus are not safe. This year we did not see an effective off-campus transport, of which even in the previous years was there, but it was not as adequate as expected. Therefore, we promise effective off-campus transport that will deliver off-campus students at their doorsteps. And also, we promise free academic records. The university is giving academic records at a paid amount, of which now at least one free academic record per year should be given to the students. And also we have realized that the students did not receive the food parcels or a meal a day, which was cancelled because it was not effective, the meal a day. Now we promise to give students food parcels, students who are not funded. And also we are looking at the effectiveness towards the academic processes. We have got Lapoloja, which is now 2 years under renovation. And for as such, we are saying as Suka that renovation of Lapoloja with immediate effect. Also, for a progressive academic purposes, students are showering with cold water on campus. And when you report, those issues are not taken into consideration. As Suka, we promise that hot water for every resident on campus under our leadership will be provided. Also, we are looking at a critical issue which is regarding registration for students. They say there is free education for all, free higher education, but it's not yet there. Students must be given a free registration in January, both academic and residential. We have seen it that they cleared students academically so that they can register. When they go to the residences, they still have to pay. Our students must not pay to register in this institution, as it is a black institution which encounters by majority of all the students in this. Oh, there's time for us. Okay. And also, external practicals for science and agriculture students under the School of Molecular and Life Science, Physics and Minerals. And also free certificates for graduates, renovation of science laboratories, introduction of the Faculty of Engineering, new student assistant policy, because our students are not paid, yet they are working. And also we are going to make sure that the living allowance must be increased. Students are getting 1,500, which is now equivalent to R1.50. You just buy few foods and then it runs short. We promise free sanitary towels, introduction of new sporting codes and free gym, campus cinema for the students so that they can enjoy themselves, and also introduction of recognized LGBTQI structures by the institution.
It's 4 minutes, so let's go makal ki lebeletse nako ka sebopego se.
Okay, thank you very much, presenter. As I've stated that I'm here on behalf of the Pan-Africanist Student Movement of Azania, that being PASMA. Sons and daughters of my stolen motherland, Azania, as of while we've come to that time of the year yet again, the neoliberal SRC elections. PASMA is a radical movement of the left once again raising its hand to marginalize students' populace of the historic institution of the University of Limpopo. We therefore do not promise but commit ourselves to provide students under the administration of the following: free registration for all, a convenient administration of the institution, thus proposing a restructured administrative system for all better services. We commit ourselves to deliver guaranteed equal disbursement of off-campus allowances. What I mean by that is that students have been subjected to what we call lease agreements, and that was firstly introduced in the year 2020 under the leadership of the TSRC, with the chairperson Sikedi, who was the delegate from the EFFSC. We also commit ourselves to off-campus patrols to ensure safety to all students. We commit ourselves to deliver a 24 hours ambulance service, free transportation for off-campus students straight to their gates, free academic transcript throughout the whole year, free food parcels for unfunded students, free sanitary towels, free unrestricted Wi-Fi all over the campus, free operation of all cafeterias around the campus, free full-time operation of the student bar. We promise to deliver 24 hours operation of the library. We promise to deliver 24 hours operation of the health center, free remarking of examination scripts, and then we promise to improve all sports facilities. We also promise to return the Teflop Soccer League for the soccer players. The SRC, we also promised to deliver an SRC Cup for all sporting codes, 24 hours hot running water on campus residences, an improvement in the automated electricity backup generators on campus. I thank you.
Over to you, EFFC.
Tobela reperile Mulwin Rokobel. Standing here is Viper, the only presidential candidate in the panel as we speak so far, which means that the organization has trusted its responsibility or to be in a position of responsibility by cadre whom they have sent. Unlike the other organization who sent delegates who are not going to be forming part of the SRC shall the political party governs. So here is how the EFFSC manifesto come to part. Firstly, is to make sure that we fix the issue which was created by SASCO-led SRC by holding the off-campus allowance of our students. So ours is to make sure that we immediately release the off-campus allowance. And again, free registration to all students. When it comes to the issue of all students who are funded by NSFAS, they are being subjected to go and pay registration fee, while those students are going to be funded immediately after. So we don't see a need for those students to go and pay that registration. That's why I'm saying that free registration. Those ones who don't have fund during registration, we're encouraging that we are going to make sure that you register for free so that you can use that proof of registration for you to go out and look for funders, because there is no funder who can fund you before you are registered. We are talking about the issue of insourcing here. If ever I can know us as the EFF, there is no one which can speak about anything without including the insourcing. As we speak currently, should a mother or a father of any learner who's studying in TEFLOP is to be insourced, that means that the student is going to benefit the same way as the children of those ones who are having offices there as blocks. So ours is clear. We want insourcing to all the staff members of the university, the Clean Tech, the Amaloba, and the monks. We are going to advocate for the development and compliance of sexual harassment. We have then noticed that under the incapable leadership which was governing the students in the previous SRC, a lot of our sisters were sexually harassed there in exchange of them being able to be given a go-ahead from their research proposal. These cases usually happens with the postgraduate. And again, we are going to make sure that we enforce and also push National Department of Higher Education, saying that education to us does not end only on undergrad. By that, we are saying that each and every postgraduate must have funding. We are saying that NRF must go and fund all the students in the university, not it focusing mostly on the students from Faculty of Agriculture. We are then going to make sure that sanitary towels are being given to the students. We have seen we've been giving it even the time we're not in power. What we are going to do shall we be empowered, make sure that sanitary towels are given to all our ladies around campus, even those ones studying off campus, because these ladies do not choose to have the nature which they're having. So for that, they must be compensated the same way condoms are for free. We are going to make sure that free driver's license across all final year students. This is because when you want to go to work, the first thing which they demand from you is that do you have driver's license? Can they trust you with their car? And again, we are going to make sure that we deploy security patrols around off-campus residents, because our brothers and sisters that are being attacked, that are being raped off-campus there. We have seen with the batch which just happened now. We are going to make sure that the monks with those fancy cars of theirs that are going around campus and off-campus, make sure that our students are saved. And again, we are going to make sure that we do away with these things which was created by the most capable president we ever had of our postgraduate learners in the a master's level who were rejected because they didn't finish their academic duration to submit their thesis. We are going to make sure that all appeals are being dealt with, and in this sense, we are going to make sure that appeals are being dealt with before the end of the year. The reason I'm saying this is because the university by the end of the day, they already have all the results of all learners. Those ones who have been affected by the rules are going to be known, and those ones must be attended as soon as possible, rather than we come here next year saying that we're busy dealing with appeal issues, find that students are being told that they must register on May while they're going to write exam on June. That is nonsense.
Re lebogeng ka lebaka la nako re feng Sasco.
Thank you once more, presenter. First and foremost, I want to correct something that Comrade Viper, I don't know where he's getting the Viper from, that he said that is the only SRC elect member in this panel here. To correct you that you are not the only one. As I'm seated here, I am the Secretary-elect of SASCO.
You are not known.
To be back on what we are supposed to discuss on here, as the ANC under the leadership of SASCO in the University of Limpopo, we are saying that we have realized with deep concern that our unfunded students and postgraduate students are struggling in the University of Limpopo. We therefore commit that we're going to make sure that all those students that are unfunded, all those students that do not have any funding are going to get food parcels. We say to all the students that we are promising you that we'll make sure that you get free academic transcript and you get free registration. We also commit ourselves to 24-hour operation of the library, 24-hour operation of transportation to accommodate students that stay off campus, because this is an issue to the university as at large. Our students off campus are being victimized because the security control, they are saying that they do not want to operate off campus, but we're going to make sure that this becomes a reality. They go off campus where majority of our students reside. As SASCO, we come to students and we say to them, we are going to make sure that when they leave these rests on campus, they are given free storage. Because where can we go at the end of the day? We are supposed to keep our things safe, but where can we keep them? Because we've been residing on campus. We're going to make sure that those students get that storage here on campus, free, mahala. We further commit that students in the University of Limpopo, all of them, COVID has ended. All students must be repatriated. So we are saying that 100% repatriation of all students. And this one is the most critical one. I've heard the panel here. They are speaking of this issue of off-campus allowances, and it seems like they do not have the full information. I want to clarify here now that this is a national issue, and for us to be able to take care of it, there's only one way in which we can deal with it. We must make sure that this University of Limpopo accredits all students, all races of campus. That's the only way in which we can deal with this issue, because we have realized that in 2020, under the leadership of CKD, a member of EFF, like they have alluded before, they gave us this thing of lease. That was to toughen the situation and make sure that the University of Limpopo accredits rooms of campus. But nothing was done. They didn't realize the need. In this year, they now say that all races of campus must be verified. After we have gone to NSFAS and went to the Minister of Higher Education to allow us that students in the University of Limpopo must be off off-camp allowances. But this is still a problem. But we are going to make sure that these rooms of campus are accredited. Students that are residing on campus, we're still saying that we're going to make sure that your rooms are maintained regularly and that they are renovated. The likes of MBA, our elevators are not working there. We're going to make sure that we get that renovation done quick as yesterday.
motlhomongwe ke botsishe some few questions pele ga re tlo jump to the analyst ke botsishe ke thome ka lena SASCO le bolela ka the issue of camp allowance, saying it's a national issue and stuff like that, but moragonyana bekeng ya go feta ge ke gopola ga botse SASCO and also the management of the university di tshepisitse baithuti gore ba tlo humana their off camp allowance this week, and tabe ewe ga ya direga. So le reng tabeng eo, are you confident gore le tla go tja wa tuka la winner with that issue still hanging?
Thank you very much, presenter, once more for that question. Let me clarify it here that SASCO has never committed that there's money that is coming, but rather the management decided to come down and lie to our students. And when we made the follow-up, they further lied to us and told us our students are going to receive that money. And they did not give what they promised us. So as I have said that this is a national issue, yes, indeed, because to the best of my knowledge, in South Africa at large, we only have 26 universities. And from that 26 universities, only 4 are still with this process of accrediting rooms. And we are all aware in this house that those 4 universities are the ones that are the most disadvantaged universities. So we are going to make sure that this management does not come back the next year and say to our students, we're going to give you our money and still not give them. But rather, we want them to accredit rooms of campus.
EFF ke bona kare ga le dumellane le bona ga botse.
Yeah, just like I hate when somebody comes and lies to the public. We cannot shy away from the fact that SASCO, together with SUKA, they are one party. We are very much aware of it. And together with PASMA, in fact, it's 3 against 1. Yes, all the parties against the EFF. I'm still on the podium. So what I want to put is that the relationship between SASCO, SUKA, and PASMA.
Own in constitution.
Yes, you have your own constitution, of course. We are not. It's a political game. What I want to put, can I proceed? Am I protected, Speaker? Am I protected?
You are protected.
As we speak, SUKA is being led, maybe funded by the previous SRC president, who was forwarded by SASCO. As a leader, you must make sure that is not a position of power, but the position of responsibility. You must make sure that you take the responsibility which is vested in you to cater the strength. When SASCO comes here saying that they themselves didn't make the commitment, the question is like, what is it that you, as a political party which was in governance, committed yourself to? This is the same political organization which never released any financial communique to the students at large from the office of the treasury and the office of the president. The only thing which they were busy doing was going to trips. That's the only communique they were sending to the students. So you cannot come here and say that as a political organization they didn't commit, but the same political organization was in governance. When it comes and link the issue of the Skedi case was a member of the TSRC. Skedi was not forwarded by the EFF. She was not representing the EFF. She was representing the TSRC. That's why if you can check the communique which were written there, it was saying that TSRC, not EFF-led SRC. If I want to link us with Comrade Mujela, whom we delivered there, and he governed, and is the comrade and the only president we have ever given the student 2,500 rand. In fact, 3.5.
Suka ikare ali dumellane le taba gore le ba batele SASCO.
Thank you very much, comrade and compatriots. SASCO is SASCO, and SASCO is supported by the PYA. And when the PYA is having challenges, we sit down and see how can we best deal with the issues. Now, coming to what the comrade of the EFFSC speaking here, I don't know if he's tired of weights that is lifting there in the gym, milking money of the students. I don't know why he's still keeping this issue of saying students must pay to gym while they must be gifted free gym on campus. Now, let us look into reality. Reality is relative and subject to trust. The EFFSC is the one which was milking the money of the students in this campus by day, what they call meal a day. Therefore, we introduced the issue of food parcels. Unfortunately, due to circumstances which were transpiring within the institution,
We as you Suka, or we as Suka combined with Sasko?
we as Suka combined with SASCO.
That's what I'm saying.
Right now, we are no longer an
thing.
alliance. We are no longer an alliance. It means now we are going to deal with our issues like we have dealt with. Now, the EFFSC led by Comrade Sikedi, we must not shy away. She's a member of the EFFC. Even now, they failed. They failed to give students off-campus allowance, and they introduced this issue of leases. Now, University of Limpopo is a historically disadvantaged institution in the rural areas. Right now, we cannot accredit, we cannot give money to the landlords. We must give money to the students in their account. Like as we said in 2019, that students must receive their money in their accounts. This thing of leases, this thing of landlords must come to an end. Right now, we must look at serious issues of registration. What have they done? In 2018, when the EFFSC was leading the campus, students paid registrations. In 2020, when they were in the SRC, students paid for registration. Even now, postgraduates are still unfunded because of them. Even now, graduates are still receiving their certificates before. In fact, they must first pay before they receive their certificates. It's because of them. Why?
Arfing Pasma Piller Tatago EFFSC.
Thank you very much, presenter. This man of EFFFC must not come here and articulate nonsense, because these two guys, we do not in any way affiliate with them. SASCO, as they have already mentioned, they fall under the mother body of the ANC, and so does Suka. This man right here is wearing a Suka t-shirt with a logo of the ANC, which is very much evident that these two are one. But we do not fall under such, because we fall under the mother body of the
ANC. These are student movements.
Let me
These
speak.
are the student
Let me speak. We do not fall under the mother body of these rascals here. We fall under the Pan-Africanist Congress of Azania, which is the PAC. For those who do not know PASMA, Pan-Africanist Student Movement of Azania is a socialist student movement which exists in institutions of higher education, of higher learning, guided by the philosophy of Pan-Africanism. A student organization that is committed to jealousy and defend and advance the interest of students by all means necessary.
Issues on the ground. This man is busy giving us the policies of their organization.
I am
what are the issues which are affecting students?
I am
Here we must
clarifying
speak about
the
issues
nonsense.
of
Arfing EFF. Le nabare lutswa chelete ya ma student ba le bwalo le renta binyo.
I understand politics very well, more especially when it comes from anybody who's affiliated with the ANC. The ANC on its own, including Suka and SASCO, which I will always maintain that Suka and SASCO is one thing. He even confirmed, said that we as Suka and SASCO, we speak about
organizations which
Suka
are contesting the SRC.
Yes, this
you
is
are contesting the SRC as the EFFSC.
Yes.
We are contesting the SRC as Suka.
As Suka.
They are contesting the SRC as SASCO. Speak about SASCO, speak about the Suka, PASMA, SCO, and the EFFSC. Don't speak about the ANC here.
Don't waste too much time making noise, not points. So what I want to make here is simple. When they say that we are stealing money, they must give us reference of where they steal money. And again, when this one and this one who comes in here, they will come forward, and this one of Suka who wants to come forward here speaking a lot of English and nothing will give reference about that one of the faculty of management and law, Comrade Kakati. The only faculty which ran off these things of G-rule awareness and never even catered the students. He took that money, he went out to buy a new car. You've seen him driving a small Polunyana now. So what I want to put forward, when they say that the EFF has failed the students, I want them to give me the year in which we failed the students. In 2020, when the EFF was governing, the EFF has made sure that libraries operating 24 hours. Now libraries operating until 10. SASCO is in power. The EFF is the only political party which have demanded the renovation of La Ploa. The EFF
kalabakala gore ke le cutting ke feng SASCO re le sa fetola le fetola le taba gore EFF ere under your leadership baithuti they are sexually harassed.
All right, thank you. My comrade here, Viper, he said his Viper is saying that he needs reference to what we've been talking about here. I want to give reference, more especially when you speak about the unfunded students. One of your comrades is administering the issue of NRF, supposed to assist students. We're speaking of GBV here, Comrade Pi. We're speaking of GBV today. He takes students to shipping container and say, come, I will assist you to do NRF. Why is he taking things of students to shipping container? That's total abuse. You're speaking of Comrade Kakat. Go and check there. That event was held by the management. He used management. No, Chief, I gave you a chance. Allow me to speak. He used the management money. That was the budget of the management. If you go to the SRC now and require records, they will tell you that 3,000 is still there. Stop lying to students. And this is what I always tell comrades, that do not lie to students, more especially in a public platform, because there are records. Tina will provide records.
EFF?
Oh, you want me to reply? Oh, you know the thing, when he talks about Comrade Pi. Comrade Pi is a dedicated member on the ground to assist students who are not funded, particularly the postgraduate. Whatever they discuss after helping each other with the most basic things, I cannot attest, of course. I don't check him daily basis.
Are not funded.
Which students are not funded?
I for myself am a postgraduate student. I for myself am a postgraduate student.
He says that
is always in the Faculty of Science and
because
Agriculture.
you are delivering.
Nothing you have done.
Ever you have done something.
Yeah.
We are lacking.
Okay.
Right now you don't have any
You
you have no policy in the
le off air. Le off air. Le off
There's
air.
nothing you have done.
Order.
We are making points.
Order.
But you are not even
Are-
the company. The problem is that you are lying. You have done nothing. Right now we speak about
Which company?
physics and minerals. You should have brought Angular Platinum here.
Time to go. I feel a bit tipsy.
Let me talk to the guys. I'll tell them that it's time for us to leave. Hey, Tabo, please request for us. We're ready to go.
Just sleep over. We'll request in the morning.
Guys, Asina Mali. They said they're going to request for us.
Don't worry, I got you, girls. My mom is coming to pick us up. I've sent her our live location.
When going out, make sure someone knows where you are and be alert at all times. This message is brought to you by Higher Health in partnership with Global Fund. Visit our website on www.higherhealth.ac.za and reach out on our socials at Higher Health SA.
Radio Tefano 3.8 FM sitishiki sona se sa go theletsa batho ba re le banyaka a reference in terms of mengwaga efe ye le goreng le re EFF ga ya governor ga botse e valo le voala.
2018, when I registered here, I registered in the Faculty of Science and Agriculture, which was led by the EFF-SC. I paid 5,000 rand for registration fee. Later on, students were struggling with off-campus allowance. PYA fought for those issues. Right now, as I speak, in 2020, they have introduced the lease agreements. Why did they call student structures to say, let's fight this issue? Let us fight for this, because this is a rural-based university. Now, central to the Faculty of Science and Agriculture, as I still stand, today if you go that side, 20 students are using one microscope, 50 students are using one spec. Then you want to compare the University of Limpopo with those universities which reside in the urbans. That is why you cannot accredit off campus. Give them money in their banks.
Diakwagala are jumping go Sasko, then we will wrap up.
Thank you very much once more, presenter. I want to mention this thing to students, because these comrades of EFF have a tendency of pointing fingers. Now they are saying that Sasko that, Sasko this. I want to bring again to the students that when the elections of 2021-2022 results came out, the results were 8-8. Sasko had 8 seats and EFF had 8 seats. And then we were in a coalition with SCO, the very same party that when they were in governance, they were coalition with. They were saying that we can't do it anymore with you because you loot money, because you do not bring services to the students. That was the reason they failed to go in partnership with them to the SRC.
We are going to wrap up because of time, right? So, I'm going to give you guys 30 seconds to wrap up, and let's appreciate by tuti seleba tshepishan son le na motlhomong le tla no thoma ka go araba, and then just 30 seconds.
Let us not go deep into what happened with the last year's results. The politics which transpired in Polokwane were very much aware of. The same politics which led to the governance of SASCO in a relationship with this one called Comrade Darren Muritwa Tsots, whom then went to go and join SASCO and abandon SCO. What kind of a political decision? He's always wearing regalia. He's always wearing regalia, and regalia, it shows your identity.
Not a member of SASCO. Stop lying once more.
Because of time, Pasma.
I would like to make it very clear to the student police that these gentlemen here will just speak a lot of English, very unnecessary English, because they are just populists, these ones. They've been in power, exchanging power from the year that I've registered in 2018. But nothing seems to be changing. Everything seems to be going in the same direction over and over again. So as PASMA, we are ready to serve, we are ready to suffer, and we are ready to make sacrifices.
Suga.
Thank you very much, presenter, once again. Students of the University of Limpopo must vote for SUKA. Why? Because we are going to register them for free next year. We are going to ensure that whatever academic challenges they are coming through, they will be assisted. Most particularly when you go to the corporate world, they want experience. Let us explore our students to the corporate world while they are still students, so that they can have that experience and get employed. Let me just close it as such. Vote for SUKA on the 12th. Sha SUKA Sha.
No, Arsana Nako. Because of that, no Arsana Nako. Arsana Nako. Okay, 30 seconds. 30 seconds.
Thank you.
30 seconds.
Again? Oh, we are going to give us again.
No, we didn't do closure.
Heaven,
You talk about they must vote SUKA. We didn't say
It's fine.
he
It's
said
fine.
we must wrap up.
It's fine.
Yes.
Let's do another 30 seconds, all of you, please.
Yes.
Start bending.
Okay. Sasko, please.
It's fine. I, for myself, maybe I didn't mention this before. I'm a postgraduate in the School of Economics and Management. I'm doing my thesis in the Department of Economics, a master's thesis. I want to assure all postgraduate students that rest assured, I am here to fight for you. Vote SASCO, I am here for you. SASCO to the front, students first. 12th September.
Yeah, things like it's bragging about him being a master student. I'm a postgraduate and also a non-funded student in this university with a degree in hand. When I talk about the issue of students who are running around with hunger, I'm at the forefront because I don't have funds. What the AFF has been doing is not just to make promises, but to make commitments. We shall see our manifesto out there is going to be there. Each and everything which have been said there is what we are going to commit. We have proven beyond reasonable doubt that we don't just go around saying that 4,000 off-campus allowance, 4,000 what, and then we failed. We go there and we deliver to the student what we wrote in our manifesto.
Pasma?
As I have said, PASMA is not here to make promises. PASMA is not here to gain popularity. PASMA is here to serve. PASMA is here to suffer for students, and PASMA is here to make sacrifices for students. So students should vote for PASMA on the 12th of September.
Comrade Viper, are you not drunk? Because we always see your videos always being drunk. You are taking someone who's always drinking, drunk, walking on campus, drunk every day to the SRC. We are risking. Comrade students,
I drink alcohol.
Vote for SUKA.
And I can't
And
justify
SUKA
that.
will make sure that more
Speak
especially
about
science and
anything
agri,
political.
we are going to
Are you a
introduce
drunkard?
a
How are you
policy
gonna
that will
ask
allow you
students
to go
why you are
into
a
health
drunkard?
sciences.
Yeah. Nakwale Naifedile, what do you make of all this that is happening? Analyst.
Thank you very much once more again. Can I be guaranteed that I'm protected from these comrades?
You are
so that they do
protected.
not interfere me.
You are protected.
Yeah, I'm not their favorite. I don't wish to be one. However, I'm going to discredit much and give them credit. Well, first and foremost, thank you very much, comrades, for a heated debate. Yeah, we heard it. You spoke a lot of English. There was verbal arrogance here. Too much grammar, political grammar for that note. However, nevertheless, my concern here is that it seems like comrades here, especially, they were here on a personal vendetta. They spoke more about boasting rather than coming up with solutions for students. However, they've made promises, but the very same promises we've heard them from over and over again on the years. I think since I've been here in the University of Limpopo, whatever that they've proposed, I've heard it long before. So there's nothing unique or nothing new that they're proposing. And to my concern and my worry now is that in everything that they're doing, I think there's a problem of political short-sightedness. I think politically they're blinded or they have a short vision because they're only focusing on the students. And then even on the issue of focusing on students, it's not enough. You are promising everything that comrades, students must vote for you, but then where are they voting from? Did you provide accommodation for them? Off campus, where are they living? Are they going to come from home on the 12th of September and come and vote for you? Did you provide the transport allowance? But then there are funds and resources that you have put in hand. You have done in your campaign. I've seen a lot of misery things there. You get glamorous things. People are taking to movies for free movies. People are given free ice creams. People are given all types of things for free. But then the question comes in hand. There's a student today, as I'm speaking, probably listening, more than 1,000 of them. They're owing the university. They're sleeping on an empty stomach. There's no plan in hand on what to happen. Financially, they're crippled. But then no one touches on that. No one has a consciousness, a political consciousness and social consciousness to take it in them that the money and the resources channeled to these things of unnecessary things of ice creams and movies and all sort of things, so that we can say, for the past 8 months or 9 months, for that note, can we at least have, not, we know that you can't champion all students, but then at least the majority, can we plead with them and provide proper resources with them, man? People are taking money and channeling it to wrong campaigns. What's productive about a move? What's productive about an ice cream? So here I think we still need political knowledge and political wisdom. Actually, we need to come to a consensus that comrades must go through political education so that we can invoke and inspire a spirit of political consciousness, so that they can think on the ground, not on the ground that they are standing on. Because I see now they are seated, but then their feet are lifted on the tables. So I think there's a problem there. Once again, my concern here is that these so-called comrades, they're ushering all type of wishes, but then there are critical people whom are excluded here. The landlords of campus. We are speaking of saying how we will release funds. We are releasing funds to each of campus. Anything to accommodate and actually plead and actually justify with landlords. Because we have to come to appreciate that as much as we are students on this campus, but then the community of TEF and the residents of TEF have come to give us a place of accommodation. Now we feel at home at TEF. So what is it that in return that these comrades we can do for those people? Because they invest that into our community. And then once again, there's a matter here of which before it was brought up, but then today it has been put under the carpet. The issue of establishing a student parliament. You know why these comrades are not touching on it? Because they've realized that if we establish a student parliament, is that accountability will come. Accountability will come. So these comrades, all of them, no, not even a single of them, they are scared of accountability. Because when we establish a student parliament, comrades are going to come there. You never mentioned it. It's now that I'm mentioning it, probably jump it because you're not confident in it. And then once again, we are saying it's not rocket science. We do not mean millions. The facilities, the accommodation is there. We have too many buildings unoccupied with proper infrastructure. We only need people to come to a consensus, all of them collectively, so so that they can say we're taking a resolution that we're establishing a proper student parliament, so that people can be accountable. Because right now what they're doing, they only want themselves not to be outside student parliament, so that they know they can only be accountable to their comrades, of which their comrades they buy each other black labels. So when someone raises a concern, say, can you account as our comrade, this one there's a black and relax, this thing is nothing. But then we know if there's a student parliament, all of us who are there, all of these comrades are there, they'll be accountable, because not only will you be accountable to your comrades, but then also to the collective views of the parliament, which will compromise of all the political organizations. So we're saying to comrades, stop telling these students Mickey Mouse lies and wishes, because right now we understand and appreciate that at this time of point in the university, the relationship between the students and these comrades. Yeah, it's because I'm trying to help you, because there's political, we are lacking political wisdom and education here.
Maybe a question should be, are students by University of Limpopo in safe hands with these political parties?
Can you once again break the question?
Kere, na ikaw ma student at university, really lebeletse analyze.
Yeah.
Bale karaga matsogo are safe with these political parties.
They're very much unsafe here. Even myself, I don't feel safe with them, with these comrades, because these comrades, they're very dangerous. They're very dangerous to the core, that these comrades, they turn around just here now. You can even, henceforth, in the beginning, initially, I asked you to protect me, and already these comrades are interfering. You see, that's the problem. And then once again, comrades, we are saying to comrades, we appreciate the work that you do, you put to the ground, that you want to fight for the students, but do it properly. So right now, these comrades are casting aspersions amongst each other, only for their own interest and benefit, because the only thing, the moral objective here that they want is to hold office. But then the merits and the responsibility that comes with holding office, are they going to materialize? Is there going to be practicality? Today are telling or promising us all sort of things. Tomorrow when we come say, comrades, I'm busy.
So you're saying implementation will be a challenge, even though they are promises?
It has always been a challenge. It's a challenge. Implementation and practicality does not materialize here. Rather, if it will benefit and work in their own interest. Because we know, once again, I want to raise the issue of these things of funding these bashes. In my line of experience since I've been here in this institution, never have I seen after a bash or post or pre-bash that there's a poster out there or a marketing poster to say to the community of TEF and the students obliging the university, this is we're having such and such of event. Can you please, we will need such services. Can you please come forward and bid for these services so that you can get the opportunity to invest within the economy? But then instead they bring their own friends. We find out we're in a bash here, but then there's a service deliverer from a company from Mpumalanga. How does it come from Mpumalanga when TEF is here?
Kalabaka la nako aristogeleng gona fa nako aka ishetse ifedile ke le bona kwa lena ka moka.
Can I make a suggestion from the house? I think our political analyst must then make sure that he bring forward this debate, because he's speaking about student parliament. We are not scared as comrades to come and be accountable here. Just that when he's far away from the real politics on the ground, some other things are a little bit not visible enough to him. So my suggestion is that let us open this let's open this platform.
Elections are online and university gives student data.
And then we are not having data now to go to online elections.
The university must ensure they give data
before the online elections. So what I wanted to put here to him is that as a political analyst, we have a lot to learn to him, and he got gallons of things to learn from us, so that he doesn't just speak from outside. He must open up the platform
they do
so that we can come here.
They must
and
come
then
to the ground.
We teach him the real politics.
Come to the ground and work. These things that he's talking here is myth. He
yeah.
must come to the ground. Comrade students are failing because they are not studying. Always they are going to the management fighting for students. He says they are doing nothing. What is that? How?
I want to correct the speaker who was speaking here, the analyst. He's saying that we are not giving students anything that is important. Hence, I said to you, you are not on the ground. You are not on the ground. I was late into this session because I was with Comrade Pope that side. Students of health had MEC of health that side. So you are not on the ground. Don't say things that you are not aware of. With the issue of student parliament, it's in our manifesto. But because with the issue of
student parliament,
because
the university is
it's in our
against it.
manifesto, but the issue of time.
Let's wrap up. You are the last, then we wrap up.
Thank you very much, comrades, for challenging me like that. I appreciate it now because as much as I'll critique you, you'll critique me. However, you know why these comrades are intimidated? Because never before have they been collectively challenged. Never have been they questioned. They're used to a culture of lying, unprovoked, unchallenged, and questioned. There's no accountability. So today they're shocked. That's why collectively they're trying to diminish.
We had induction at Mahoba's Kloof. I, Comrade Tiger, made it clear that we want the students to have parliament so that we can
agree on student parliament.
We can debate.
So even
that we can have debate. Where was he? One of the analysts. I made it clear. I can even give you the video now. I said we must engage and debate on a daily basis.
Protect me.
What was protected? I think we must start for him how the student parliament is going to assist. The student parliament is going to assist us political leaders to be protected from the management. That's why we want
student code of conduct is against the students. The SRC code of conduct is against the students. What is that?
Who gets suspended?
Today we strike. We are going to the street. What is that?
Student parliament must come to the ground.